Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Zoom today. We are Opal Equity. Look, I see some faces I recognize. Stephen, Peggy, how are you guys? Welcome. Lee is here, the man of the hour.
The man of the
Um,
hour.
I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you for being here. If you guys did you guys have any issues getting in by any chance? See, we got 40 people here. We were concerned that we didn't. So,
No, I got in just fine.
yes. All right. Well, let's get this party started. Welcome everyone. We are Opal Equity. I am Carly Grundmann, and we have Christy Schnurle and Karolyn Briley with us. I'll pin our faces up. And we are here to talk about Lee. Lee, wave for everyone so we can see you. Lee was a little bit of background. Opal Equity, we have raised capital for established operators. And when we first got started, we were like, there is no rules on training on how to do this. So we created the Funds of Funds formula. We had a few founding members. I see Stephen Lower, he was one, Lee is one. And so they were one of our founding members of our Funds to Funds formula. And Lee was on a Zoom with us the other day and was like, I took everything and I've done a whole deal with it with 128 units. And we're like, Lee, we got to tell everyone about this. We want to hear about it. So before we get started, I'll let Christy and Karolyn introduce themselves, and as we let people come in slowly but surely. Christy El Presidente, I'm gonna pin us all up here so everybody can see us. Without further ado.
All right. Oh, that's a big screen now. Hi, everyone. I'm Christy Schnurle, so I'm the president of Opal Equity. I've been in the multifamily real estate space for the last, I think, almost 18 years now. I started in acquisitions and worked for a syndication firm, which basically just means we pooled money for investors. We worked with all the major banks and insurance companies and helped them invest into low-income housing multifamily projects. So I did that for 5 years. That's where I learned underwriting, due diligence, review, partnership negotiation. Over the last decade plus, I've been working within my family business of CDK. And over there, we help to developers of commercial real estate, mostly multifamily, some hospitality as well. But we help them to build cost-effective projects, so good, high-quality apartment communities and commercial developments for less. So then about almost 2 years ago, I think, I got together with these amazing women and we formed Opal Equity. And this is really our a bit of a passion project, I know, for me, because I love helping others and teaching them about multifamily and what I've learned along the way. I wanted to start investing, into multifamily, and I found that it was a lot harder than I thought it would be to find out the right opportunities and the right fit for me. So as I was doing it for myself, I saw that there was a need with the people around me and my network of people who also wanted to do the same. So at Opal Equity, that's what we do. We help to connect people, investors, into good, high quality deals. We're focused on multifamily because that's kind of the area of the expertise here. And then we also are really passionate about teaching and helping other people to understand the world of multifamily has a lot of jargon, a lot of technical term, like all of these things that can feel intimidating at first. So we're here to help make that transition, hopefully feel a little bit easier. So without further ado, I'll pass on over. And Karolyn, if you want to introduce yourself.
Of course. Thank you all for being here. Happy Friday. We are literally just a handful of days out from Christmas. So I know it's like super chaotic for everyone to be here, but thank you. This is going to be a value-packed Zoom session. We're really excited. I'm Karolyn Briley. I am from Dallas. I've been in Dallas for, oh my gosh, over a decade now. I guess you can call me a Texan, but I'm a Chicago girl, through and through. I'm from the north, but anyway, I have weak blood now that I live in the warm Texas state. Anyway, I've been in real estate for 4.5 years now. And Myron and I, we started in single family, got our feet wet, and I quickly realized that there is a way to scale in multifamily. I just need to figure out how. We acquired a 30 unit and a 40 unit on seller finance within a year of jumping into the multifamily space. And that really shifted my mindset of like, okay, I understand what it is to be a GP and all the ins and outs and running a deal, negotiating all the things. And I want to take some of the legwork out of that, but learn how to scale at the same time. So enter fund of funds. That's what Christy, Carly, and I have put together. I've been doing fund of funds for the past couple of years. I have a 432 unit in Arizona as well. We closed on a 168 unit here in Addison just over a year ago here in Texas. And that's what we love to focus on. I love to be the bridge for people, for my network, for our networks, and bridge them into higher level deals that they might not otherwise have had the opportunity to be a part of. So really excited to be learning along the way and educating everyone here along the way, and just happy that we have someone here. I know a lot of you have success stories, and we're going to get to those as well. We have some really exciting things coming up by the end of the month, but Lee is here today to share about his story and just like give us a little bit of the background, because I think it's very apparent that we see so much highlight reel in the social media world, on Facebook and everything. We see all of the glamour of the deals and the things happening, and we don't usually get to see the behind the scenes or listen or understand what's going on behind the scenes and what are all those pieces that we need to be putting in place, because we are now at the end of the year and we're about to bridge into 2026. It's going to be a big year, guys. It's going to be like a really, I have all the positive feelings about it. So this is going to be a little bit of an inspiration for any of you, motivation, education, all the things to start building that runway again for our 2026 year. So I will pause my rant. Thank you all for being here, and we will get to the good stuff. Carly is on mute, but she is saying important things, I promise you.
I am saying important. I'm like, why? Can no one hear me?
No,
I wanted to say something before we bring up Lee. I want to know where you guys are on your journey. We're going, as Karolyn was saying, we're going.
She might have frozen. But anyway, Carly or Christy, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you. For a second, I thought it was mine.
No worries.
Okay.
I think we're having a little bit of a connectivity issue with Carly. She'll be back on in just a second. Why don't we go ahead, Lee? Let's get him on here. Where are you? Raise your hand from, oh, there, I see you. I see you. I'm going to spotlight you here. There we are. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Great. Nervous?
Nervous? Why?
Well,
Oh,
I'm not a big spotlight person.
Well, I think that's a really important way to kick this off, because a lot of us here, including myself, and I'm going to speak for Christy as well, probably Carly too, we've all been in that same place, Lee, of like, we don't want the spotlight. We don't want to put ourselves out there. We don't want to build a brand and make the social media content and all the things. But guess what happens when you start that snowball rolling, right? It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it compounds, and you get to share. I think that's a beautiful gift for you to give to everyone, is to share your wealth of knowledge and your experience. And if it makes you a little bit uncomfortable, even better. But that's just me. That's just my 2 cents on it. But thank you for being here. Carly is hopping back in just a minute here. She's she's getting some network things figured out. But anyway, would love to kick off with you, Lee. Why don't you share just a little bit of background of where you are from, who you are, who you are before joining our funds formula?
Sure. And first of all, I want to say thank you, and I'm humbled and honored to be here, and you guys giving me the opportunity. Originally, I'm from Sri Lanka. Migrated to the United States about 37 years ago.
Wow.
For I got a to college. I came to Staten Island College, was accepted to do engineering programming here.
Mhm.
So when I first came in, I had $527 in my pocket.
$527 in your pocket?
In my pocket, yes.
Wow. Okay.
So anyway, then from there, I started going to school, working as a dishwasher from 4 o'clock in the evening to 3:30 in the morning. From there, I started my career, I would say, from dishwasher to line to cook to sous chef to manager. Then ultimately got into real estate. I always had a little bit of nick for construction. So started doing a little bit of construction, started helping friends in their houses, little projects. Then said, you know what, I want to do this myself. Then got into wholesaling first.
Okay. Yeah.
Did wholesaling. Then I bought actually course carton sheets. First
You
course,
what? What was that?
carton sheets.
Okay.
First course I bought was infomercial at midnight, buying houses, no money down.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I bought my first flip. Then the ball started rolling. Then I did every fourth house I flipped, I held. I started building my doors. Yeah. 4 houses, redo it. Then the fourth one, I didn't sell it, I held it. So from there, I had in New York City, I did all this, 46 doors. So
That's
up to
amazing.
that, up to 2020. Then 2020, everything changed for me.
Mm-hmm. As did for the whole world. Yes.
Yes. So 2020, what happened to me was September 1st. I was having a toothache, high fever, went to the hospital. They were checking me out. They said either you're having a heart attack or you had a massive heart attack.
Wow.
I'm like, what? You guys are kidding. I'm just talking to them just like I'm talking to you guys. From there, went through heart surgery, quadruple bypass. At the time, I was doing 4 flips. So now I have September, I'm in the hospital. I can't do anything. 4 projects going because that up to then I was all by myself. I had no partners, nothing. I have 3 crews working for me doing construction work. I was the GP GC handling all of the construction work, running to Home Depot, getting the material, all of that. Then after that, after I came from the hospital, I'm like, what the hell I'm going to do now? I got about $2.5 million out on the market, 4 houses. What am I going to do? Everything is getting now. We came to a hard shutdown. So, long story short, my wife and my 2 kids came to one of the houses. We finished. I couldn't do anything. I was still walking around with a cane. My wife and my 2 kids have to finish painting and finish it. I didn't make money, but I sold. I lost at that time money actually because all my investors even though I didn't make money, I made sure my investors got paid at least their investment. Then from there, that's, light bulb went on my head. This journey is not a one-man show.
Exactly.
So this is uh you know group effort. It's a team effort. So how am I going to grow? That's when I switch from single family to multifamily.
That's
Then
amazing.
yeah.
So when you were doing that shift in mindset, and I love that you are speaking to, it's not a one person show. And I think that has hindered or been a mindset shift for probably a lot of us in this room, of going from the lone wolf. I can do everything. Let me just get it done myself. I know how to do it. I'm a control freak.
Yeah.
How many people can resonate with that? Put it in the chat.
Is this
just a me, Karolyn thing?
Not me at all.
No, Christy is
here.
she's such a go with the flow and not a control freak at all. No, we are a control freak in our own respects, and rightfully so. Anyway, yes. So Lee, that's amazing that you're shifting from single family, all of these insane life challenges thrown your way, and now you're getting into multifamily. When you started entering into that space, what was along with like building a team, what else were the parts of like gaining clarity or structure to getting into that space? Like what were you seeking in that?
So one of the biggest things, right? I'm like, how am I going to buy? I'm single family. I know. Okay, I go to a hard money lender, get the money, right, and do the construction in 3 to 6 months. Turn around, flip it, give the money, and take the profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait a second. So how am I going to do this with multifamily?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this with multifamily. I'm not flipping it in 6 months to a year, right? I'm going to hold it. So that's when I started educating myself and going into all of these things, Zooms and this mastermind, that mastermind, and, you know, like Pace, followed him for a long time, then started following people and learning more self-educated. Then I invested myself,
Mm-hmm.
joining mastermind, spending money, and educating myself.
I think that's one thing that comes, it's like an offshoot of I'll just do it myself. I can't trust anybody else to do it. And I think that's a sign of growing when you're getting into those different rooms. I know that I launch off a lot more in my personal careers when I surrounded myself, even if I had to pay to get into those rooms, is you pay to get into those rooms. It's a filter, and it helps you. That filter helps you get in those rooms with action takers. And I can tell you that was one thing for me too. Yeah.
And it was a mindset too. I wanted to hang out with those people. How did they do it?
Yeah.
How did they do it? I want to start picking their brain.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely.
So that's.
So how long ago was that?
Started.
Oh, sorry.
That was after 2020, after COVID, because my wife said, you're not stepping out of the house. I have quadruple bypass surgery. I'm still, walking with a cane. You're not stepping out of the house. You are, that's it. This is 4 walls. You're not going anywhere. So I started getting online and reading and watching videos and learning that. That was what, now we're into 5 years.
So at 2020, you're like, I have to get into the rooms. You get into the rooms. Then what does your journey look like into those, after those rooms?
From there, when I first learned it, then I learned about seller financing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I bought my first 6 unit with a seller financing.
Wow.
You know,
That's
I
amazing.
right.
It's such a
So
game
I went,
changer.
It is.
yeah, it was a game change. Then seller financing, he had a 6 unit building he was selling, and he's an old timer. He bought the building seller financing. Come to find out,
Wow.
25 years ago, he bought the building seller finance. So when I went and pitched, hey, I know you want 1.5, but what about you carrying the note?
Mhm.
Huh,
Perfect.
excellent. Okay. What do you got?
I want to pause right here for a second because I think this is a really big uh, potential misconception or not a known fact. For any of you here who are newer to multifamily, or maybe you're in the space already, one of the things that I learned going into the space, and Lee as well, that we're listening to, multifamily owners and sellers are very acclimated to seller finance. Like this is a very common way of acquiring and a very common way of selling, right? So drop a 1 in the chat if you didn't know that. Drop a 2 in the chat if you did know that. This is something that really helped me as well change the game of like speaking to multifamily sellers and brokers. They're already in the mindset of doing business this way.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about creative finance and doing these deals, and we're talking to a single family seller and they want to do you want to do seller finance? It's not the most fluid, organic type of conversation. But when you're speaking to a multifamily seller, owner, this is just matter of fact language. So I think that just kind of opens the gates of opportunity and just like lets your mindset be a little bit more at ease of like how to do deals in this world. Anyway, I just wanted to highlight that point.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're getting into the rooms, you get into your first 6 unit.
Yeah.
Then give us a little bit, and then I know we all want to know the deal breakdown of how you found this. So, and I know you were in the funds of funds formula. Did that help? Did being in a room like that help at all with this deal? And it's okay.
It gave me so much confidence, right?
Yeah.
Like always, like, I read about syndication. I watch videos after videos after videos. Oh, I syndicated this. What the hell is a freaking syndication?
Mhm.
There's so much jargon in
saying
multifamily.
that, but I don't know exactly what goes into it. What do's and don'ts. Had no clue. So that's when, like, when you guys said, "Oh, we're doing Opal Equity, we're doing this thing, we're breaking it down." I'm like, "Holy crap!" That's when I said, "Carly, my angel, came across."
I love it. I love it, Lee. So, all right. So you get, I think that we also have, if you guys, how many of you guys are like, there's so much jargon, there's syndication, there's IRR, there's I can't even think of all these like this jargon, which is enough to help to make people not like just be so intimidated by it. And it really is, if you understand the single family space, it's just all the same stuff. But so you take the fence of fence formula. Let's talk about the deal now. Who wants to hear about Lee's deal? It's the one behind you. So where did you find this deal? How did this deal come across Lee's desk?
Okay, this deal actually came across. We have a private lender who's now he's a partner of this deal with me. I think he's in the Zoom somewhere. Louis.
Louis in here? The partner's in here?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Louis, should we bring Louis up too?
Is he camera shy?
Or Louis, who's going to be like, I was just
Louis and Lee.
Raise your hand if you want to come up.
We
No
need the dynamic
pressure.
duo here.
But okay, so where did you meet Louis?
So Louis, I met actually. I'm in a group called BIA, group that it's all about Burr method, right? So in that group, I met him. So when we started talking, and I started talking about seller financing and all of that, buying properties with no money down, it's like, what the hell you talking about? Oh, that's another story. So he is doing ground up construction in Pennsylvania. And he was talking to me, he was having some issues finding lenders. I said,
Okay.
I have a private lender who does lending. Let me connect you guys. Right? Because this private lender has already walked on a property that we were looking in Texas. It was a 420 unit. He's like, I brought it up to him. He's like, I want to walk it right now. I'm like, okay, relax. Right. So he did the walk with us in this unit. So he knew I'm into multifamily. So then he did fund Louis. He was like struggling for like 6-7 months, I believe, trying to get a lender. But they spoke. So he's funding his ground up. So then he's the one who brought this up to me. Hey, I came across this in Mississippi. You want to take a look at it? I'll fund you. I've already underwritten. I did already work on it. I know the deal. I'll fund you, bring 30% to the table.
Well, I have a question. Maybe we can ask Louis this if he's not camera shy. Why, if he can fund it, he found the deal, why did he bring you in? Can we ask you, Louis? I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, you could ask me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, he's here.
Okay.
He speaks.
I'm here.
There you
I'm
go.
curious, Louis, if you have the deal and the money, you're obviously not a lone wolf. You don't have the lone wolf syndrome like myself. Why did you bring it up?
Wait, well, I'm a little confused on the question. What am I bringing up with what?
Why, if you have the money and the deal, why did you bring it to Lee?
I didn't have all the money.
Yeah.
I had a partial amount of the money, and I was looking to get the rest of it funded. So after speaking to hard money lenders, they were really harsh on their agreements, and I said, this isn't going to work because your interest payments are going to eat it up before I even finish my ground up. So that's when I was talking to Lee, and I says, these people are nuts. I says, it feels like a shakedown. I says, they want all this money up front, and then I got to pay them interest payments. Where am I getting? There's no capital coming in.
Yeah.
So the deals weren't working. So then Lee said, listen, why don't you talk to this guy? And when I broke down the whole deal to him, I says, I would need it non-Dutch as needed, because then it gives me the time to do the build. He gave me an interest rate, agreed to do it. And there was I says, all right, so what else do you need? And he says, what do you mean? I says, well, if they're speaking to everybody, you need my credit, you need this. He goes, no, you're misunderstanding. I said, yes, you're good. I says, oh, I'm jumping up and down right now. I went, yeah, that's it. It's done. Literally, like maybe 2 weeks later, closed, done, and started going.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. I called Lee. I was like, oh my God, this is great. And we broke ground
So how
right
long
away.
ago was this?
I broke ground in April. So I met him March, end of February, March.
That's
Had to be
pretty
March.
fast.
Yeah, I mean, he was quick. So when this guy says yes, but it was him. He's the end person. I thought I had to go through a series of,
Processes.
red tape. Yeah, but it wasn't like that at all. It was amazing.
That's amazing. And then where did you find the deal to bring to Lee?
I didn't bring the deal to Lee.
Oh,
That wasn't me that brought the deal to Lee. That was actually the lender
got it.
that hooked us up.
Okay.
Got it. I missed that.
I think, yeah. It's the lender who called me up and say, I have this 128 unit in Mississippi. You want to take a look at it?
Love it.
I'm like, why are you bringing to me? Why aren't you buying it?
Right.
So this was like a whole reciprocating relationship. You gave Louis a contact. The lender's happy. Louis happy. Then the lender comes back to you and he's happy and he's like, let's do business, Lee. I love this. And so now Lee and lender are working on this 128 deal. Love it. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So exactly.
So what I really
So
love
from
about this, that this highlights, I know this is true in other sectors. This is true in like life in general, right? But like relationships are so key. Like this opportunity and the execution of it. And Lee's going to talk more about like what this process was like, any challenges he ran into. But like at the end of the day, the common factor in every single thing is the relationships, like the network you have around you, the people, like all the groundwork you've done before that deal ever even crosses your desk. And I just think that that's really cool. And it's so great to hear this from Lee.
For sure. Okay, awesome.
so
So we're in Mississippi. We have 128 unit that your lender brought you. What's next?
now I'm like, okay, so I'll take a look at it. Can you send me all the paperwork, whatever you have? Yeah, he said, I did an appraisal. I walked the property. I'll send you the appraisals. I'll send you everything. Right. So, okay, we got the property. So then I'm putting everything together, underwriting. While I'm underwriting, I'm thinking I made a mistake on when I'm underwriting the numbers, right? I'm like, no, this cannot be happening because 128 units, 550 current rent per apartment, right? 98% is rented.
Wow. Okay.
2%.
Wow.
He said it's 100%. It's never vacant, and they have a wait list.
Wow.
Right? 550. So I'm like, cannot be true. So I'm start doing all my due diligence. What's the rents in the area? What's going on? Blah blah blah. So, and I'm telling Louis, you know, then that's when I said, hey, I have a deal. Do you want to come along? You know, because he have the construction and all of that. Now I'm thinking, okay, now I got to get people that who I can take the journey with.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
So he comes on. Okay, so I'm underwriting. He so can I beat? And market rents are coming between 9 and 950 minimum. I'm like, we are in 550. That's a huge upside.
Mm-hmm.
So then I call the lender and said, hey, are these numbers right? Yeah, I know. Those numbers are correct. I know exactly what you're going to ask me. Why am I not taking this? He said, honestly, I came because we're having our first kid. My wife is pregnant. I cannot do it.
Oh, wow.
That's so first person I thought it was you. That's why I brought it to you. And he said, then he gives me, so why is the seller selling? Then he gives me a story. He inherited from his father. Father had this for 35 years. Him and his two sisters inherited from their father.
Mm-hmm.
Then he bought the two sisters out a couple of years ago. Now he had, but before that, when father was alive, he did not get into the business at all. So this was just dropped on his lap. Now, come to find out, he is terminally ill, unfortunately. So he wants to liquidate. Right. So I'm like, okay, I understand. So he tells, I'll fund it, bring us 30%. So that's where a lot of hiccups between me and Louis. We were talking to
On the
investors,
hiccups.
lenders, this and that. That's where all my wheels start turning about Opal Equity now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to these people. These people are freaking crazy. Like, this cannot.
Wait,
This
which
is
people? Let's
Opal
clarify which
Equity?
people we're
No.
talking
Wait,
about here.
the people who I'm talking to. People who I'm talking to. So I'm asking, what's going on and what kind of background you have, and this is not going to be done in, 1 year, 2 year. I need a commitment for at least 5 years. You could get your money in 3, but it has to be a commitment at least 5 years, right? Or in the middle of the deal, you can't come and ask me, hey, I need my money back.
But
Right?
explain, Lee, that nobody understands like me. I knew nothing about multifamily. And when he was explaining to me how you work out the negotiation and how you have to explain it to people, it doesn't sound right. Most people are used to, this is your percentage rate, this is what your rate of return is, and that's it. It's broken down that simple for everybody. I can't tell you how many people I spoke with that I learned so much from Lee just from having to explain it to people to try to, raise the capital, how it really works. And it really is amazing to learn. I said, wow, if I knew this when I was younger, this is really true. I said, are you sure this is true? He said, I'm telling you. I said, you sure? It's wild. It really is wild.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay. So the crazy people were potential investors, is who you're
Yes.
talking
Investors,
to. Got it.
exactly.
Okay.
I said, those are not you guys.
Thanks for clearing that up, Lee.
I'm like, so that's when all the stuff that in the course that when you guys were teaching us, showing us, really start coming. I'm like, wow, they were talking the truth. Yeah, these people, and we went and spoke to 2 guys, for example. They were said, okay, we want to become GPs. And when I talked to them, I sat quiet. Louis was talking. What they were saying, I was like taking notes. I'm like, this is ludicrous. No, I'm not going to do business with these people. So it gave us a pathway saying, don't step on shit, pretty much, right? Before you step on, you're saying, hey, there's a pile of crap in front of you, and gave us education and knowledge, pretty much, right? What not to do, what to do.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's probably like one of the most important things. Obviously, we have so much education and value inside funds formula, like for the fund to funds model specifically. But this is just multifamily education overall. This is like what to look for, what not to do, how to protect yourself, how to protect your investors, how to structure things. It gives you just what you're speaking to, Lee, like a more clarified way to approach deals and approach opportunities and your relationships, because you confirmed like, oh, these investors were not quite off their rocker. They were actually kind of making a little bit of sense, even though it sounded crazy. Was that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Like the questions that you guys were saying.
Yeah.
Ask these questions and see where they're at.
Yeah.
So simple question you ask, and they're like, going around and above and not answering you directly. That, okay, thanks. Nice knowing you. Talk to you soon.
Like you never.
Yeah.
Isn't that the best part though? Like the amount, like pieces of education like this save you so much time and energy and potential dollars, relationships burned, all the things.
God.
Because had you not known or had that in your back pocket, Lee and Louis, like it would have potentially led you down a different road and cost you time, energy, money.
100%.
So I think that
100%.
I think that's such a valuable thing. Just business aside in life, like we want things to be clear, transparent. We want to protect ourselves. We want to protect the people we're doing business with. And how do we do that? And I think that's the biggest piece missing, especially in today's real estate world, whether you're in single family, multifamily, commercial, whatever, wherever space you're in, you need to be asking real questions and understand how people are answering them or how deals are being structured and all of these things. And people are just skipping over stones. You know, they're like trying to jump ahead when they need to be climbing up the ladder rung by rung. You know, you get further that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah, Lee
shortcuts.
definitely had a lot of education with it. He was asking questions when we were at that table. And once they started deviating, he gave me that look. And I said, oh, this ain't going right. I didn't know what to ask, but he obviously did. And it streamlined, because if you're going to work with people, it's 5 years, this deal. So
It's
he didn't want them
relationship.
taking front position, and that's automatically what everybody wants. They want to jump up front. They want to run the deal. They're looking for half the day. I said, whoa, relax here. You can't, unless you're putting in all the money. I mean, I don't understand how that even came to your mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, people, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, people are really greedy when it comes to a lot of things
That's why it's so important to vet the people that you work with. And even if people do bring all the money, just because somebody has the money doesn't mean that they know how to run a deal either.
Right.
So you really have to ask all the questions, and just like, because you said it's a relationship. It's very much, someone explained this to me. It's like going into a marriage. You just don't be like, well, I like your vibes, let's get married and have kids together. Like, you don't, I mean, vibes are good,
Right.
but you want to make
Right.
sure things align, because you're going to be spending the rest of your life with this person. Maybe in these deals, it's okay. Thank you. It's a 5-year marriage, but it
Right.
nonetheless, like, poop hits the fan, things happen. You have to deviate and duck and
Communicate.
bob and weave,
Right.
but you have to be on the same page. And so
Right.
it's so important to not just like that you guys are asking the right questions, and then you
Gotta
can be like,
match.
hard pass, this person is bananas, on to the next one. Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
So did you find someone that wasn't bananas?
We do have, because this one we went with a couple of friends and family members, right? So what happened was, we've been now at this deal for like several months. So one of the people who gave us a verbal commitment backed out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy crap, now what are we gonna do? All right, no problem. So I called the lender and I said, I'm on a jam. I have a proposal for you. Okay. If we're gonna get this done, this is my proposal. Okay. Because you told me to come with 30% to the table, right? I'm bringing cash to the deal, right? But I want you to propose to the seller carry second note 30%.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mhm.
So but you're bringing in the cash first. Who's the second? Who's the first note?
The lender.
Oh, sorry. Got it.
All right. Because he said, bring 30, I'll give you 70 for the deal.
Got it.
Mhm.
All right. So we were putting 30 together. That's when one of the investors who's committed backed out.
Got it.
So that's when I approached him and said, listen, I have a solution. Why don't you propose this to the seller? See what he says. All right. He called him. He called me back within an hour. He wants to do it.
We said, yeah, right there.
What? All right.
What?
I looked at my phone, 47 minutes took. Since I hung up the phone till he called back, 47 minutes.
What happened in those 47 minutes?
He called the seller and asked the seller. I'm like, I was so shocked.
Wow.
And how many minutes before that did you spend raising capital,
Minutes.
talking
Oh my
to
God.
investors, trying to
Months.
structure your capital? And you're
Yeah.
like,
Months.
that was all it took.
Right.
But part of
what
it could
happens?
too have been the pressure of the deadline coming up, right? Where it's kind of like the seller's like, I don't want this falling out now. So I say that in kind of jest because it's that response might have been a different response 2 months earlier, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah. I mean, what do I have to
Yeah.
lose?
Yeah.
Only thing he's
Yeah.
going to say no.
no.
I,
Mhm.
What do I have to lose? Closed mouths do not get fed, right? Like you have to
Exactly.
ask the question, and the worst case scenario is you get a no, and then you can move on and do the next thing. I love that.
Mhm.
So many people don't ask the question, or they're too afraid, or they're too intimidated, or over whatever it is. I love that.
Well, in the
We
beginning, he did ask for seller financing. And at that time, months prior, it was no and raise the capital. And
Mhm.
now, as the time passed, he pitched it again and bang, we're in it.
Wow. It just goes to show you stay consistent, keep asking, and pressure can do a lot too. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, and it's just the pressure of just the time, just marinating and let the pressure get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah. So he was like, okay, I'm good. What were the terms you guys agreed on with those when he was like, okay?
so the terms were 10-year note,
Nice.
right? 3.5% interest.
Amazing.
Real
dope.
nice.
I love
He
that.
asked six. He asked six, but I went to three. Then we settled on 3.5, right? So I said,
That's a pretty
how
good
about I
anchor,
just
Lee. Good job.
Good
Yeah, Lee
job,
over here,
Lee.
master negotiator.
You are.
Amazing negotiator. Amazing negotiator with patience.
That's key. I
Mhm.
don't have
So then, and also I said that so because one of the things I didn't ask when my lender bought this deal, right? I knew he was sick. He want to sell.
Mhm.
One question I missed: if he sells this right away, who's he gonna leave this to,
Right. We didn't
Oh,
ask. Right.
right? I
Mhm.
wanted to know where's the money going.
yeah.
He said, when we so now we're doing a seller carry 30%, right? And I know he's set. I said, where is this payment gonna go eventually?
Smart.
You know, it's like, oh, he's gonna leave it for his kids. Oh, I'm like, okay. Does he have a trust?
Right.
And
Yep.
why isn't trust importantly for people that may not know? Can you go into why
Well,
you would ask
perfect guy
if
to
there's a
ask.
trust present?
Perfect. Uh,
Because if you don't, you think, oh, I'm leaving a will for my kids, right? Even though you still have to go through that probate process.
Yes.
And that can cost you thousands of dollars.
Mhm.
So we know he's terminally ill or he's sick. It's
Yeah.
inevitable. We all are not going to make it out here alive. He's just not
Right.
going to sooner. So that was a great question. So did he have it? What was his answer to that question?
No, he don't.
Oh,
He's gonna leave it for his kids. That's it. I'm like, wait a second, time out. I know you want to sell. I know I want to buy. You know, let's finalize everything. Why don't you go and put a trust together?
Mm-hmm.
When that complete, we can close it.
Mm-hmm.
It will make your kids a lot more better
Mhm.
and comfort in the future. And also, I pushed it in there. If you want, I can make that 10-year note to 20, 30 years, and they can have the check
Love him.
coming in every year.
Right? Love
and
him.
So good. You're setting them all up. Everybody wins. You're setting the kids up for
Right.
success.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
That's an even better note just to like push
Did
it
he-
in there. Oh, let's just put another 10 years on. Let's just double this
Right.
note.
Why not?
he-
But it helps the
And I
kids.
Slide
put
that in there.
Mhm.
and I put an option in 10 years.
Love it.
okay, I love that. See, okay, first of all, like, yes, this is like massive negotiation and masterful skills, right?
Mhm.
But There's also intention and relationship building built
Mhm.
into this negotiation because he understands the consequences or the dollar spent in the long run that the seller is thinking right here and now, I'm sick, I don't know what's going on, I can't think about anything in the future, all I know is I want it to go to my kids and it's just so overwhelming. Lee
Mhm.
comes in with a solution. This is what we can do. You can set up a trust. Seller financing, you're kicking those taxes down the road. You're not having to pay capital gains on all the money that you could have gotten if you didn't do seller finance. And you're setting your future generation up for success as well and setting up a trust. I think that's a very, very well-intentioned and relationship building tactic to like
Win-win.
be,
Yes.
yeah, to
Win-win.
it's knowing who your seller is and understanding them and actually understanding their problem.
Right.
It's not necessarily money as it might look
Nobody
on
wants to
top.
hurt a guy that's sick. He was trying to help him all the
Yeah.
way. He said, listen, your
Exactly.
kids will think of you as the money comes in every month. You're
Yeah.
leaving them something to think of you about, you know, and it protects them. And it was true. It's not, you know what I mean? Everything was to help.
Mhm.
And it's
Exactly.
set up right, so it's they can actually
Correct.
get that money. They don't have to go through probate.
Correct.
They don't have to go through courts. They don't have to spend money to get the money and deal with the courts
You helped.
after he passes away. That's a
Right.
long legal, and it can be expensive because they're going to have to hire an
Yeah, and
attorney.
these kids are going to be a mess. Their dad just died. Who wants to deal with that when your family, you know, everybody's in a
Yeah, no
vulnerable
one
state.
wants to deal with
Do
that.
this before this happens. You'll set everything up correctly. And now that's what they're doing now.
Yeah.
And
you're
didn't you?
only,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, you're only building trust with the
Mhm.
seller when you're understanding their core
Mhm.
need and want, and they're gonna trust you, Lee, more because they're like, oh, you understand, you care about the longevity of where this is going. Like, this isn't just a one and done transaction. This is gonna go on for years and years, and that matters. That really matters.
It really does. We talk about in deal room when we talk about single family stuff, but we talk about building relationships with the settlers, whether it's multifamily, whether it's single family, whether it's lenders, the relationships and being a good human to other people and doing it for the right reasons, not so you get stuff, is absolute fundamental in life, investing,
Right.
and everything. Just being a good person and networking with people and taking care of people. And that's how you two met.
Right.
You know, the same thing. Relationships are the key to everything. And that just goes to show he built a strong relationship and strong rapport. And it's like, let me help you take care of your kids more. And he did not do it for the sole beneficence so he could extend it out another 20 years, but he really was taking care of them and he could feel it. And he did. I'm assuming he took that extra 20 or extra 10.
Or it's an
He's-
option in there.
There's an
Or not
option in
fit.
there, option in there. I said, think about you could be gone in 20 years later when your kids still getting that check.
Mm-hmm.
Who are they thinking about? You're going to be still there saying, wow, dad took care of us.
I love that. I really do. Way to position that. I really love that.
So, yeah. So that's what it's, we all have to help each other.
That's
True.
awesome.
Just don't, when you take, I think personally, when you're talking to a seller or somebody is in trouble or going through, you really have to understand what they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all about the dollar signs.
Mhm.
Sometimes I talk to them, I might not even get the deal, but if I can help them, hey, understand you can't sell it to me, but prepare yourself the right way. So this way, it'll be good for future for your kids, whoever it is.
Love that. So he went and is getting a trust. Didn't that delay closing, which is fine, but
So now-
Delaying
good.
everything, but you want to help the person. You
Of
don't want to
course.
hurt them. So let's let him take his time, speak to the
Love
right
it.
people, set his family up. What's the word? We're going to wait a few more months. Big deal. We were knocking our head against walls trying to raise financing, and now everything just connected and the right way. We're helping him. He's helping us. It's going to work nice. And then we got our hands full dealing with a property.
Yeah.
So everything is done, just waiting for him to set up the trust, talk to lawyers, whoever he's doing, set
Mhm.
everything up and just say, okay, we are ready. Then we just have to close it. Close it. That's it.
Right.
When are you guys when is the projected closing?
When he's done
In
setting everything up, I would imagine, right?
February, something like that. He said should be like second week of February, somewhere latest.
The holidays and stuff, Lee, you know how that
Holidays are
is. We're
here,
gonna
so
we're gonna be delayed.
Which
yeah.
is fine.
It's all right. Let him set it up, man. This guy's, in
Yeah.
bad position as it is. Let him enjoy his holidays with his family and, do what he's got to do. It's he'll know everything's gonna be right. That's a good feeling to have.
Slow
Especially as a
and
guy with
steady
kids. You
wins
want to
the
make sure your
race.
kids are all right.
Mhm.
Definitely.
I love to
You
hear
know?
more good people.
Once I'm curious, so once this closes, all of this
Mhm.
comes through. What's the plan then? Like, what do you think will be the first things? Like, what's the big plan for this property?
You and me, Lee, who wants to go? Go for it, buddy.
Go, Lee, go.
So we did talk about this a lot, right? We it's just not about getting a 128 unit and you're going with, hey, new Gustavo's here, here's your new lease and your rent is going up.
Right.
You
No
know,
good.
you have to think about those people. So
Mhm.
so I mean a great way that actually Louis sent me a little video clip, let's do this. And I 100% agree. We want to go in first and the capex that we are bringing in, we want to start improving exterior,
Mhm.
Nice.
right? So the people will see, oh, they are doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
While
Yep.
we're doing it, we want to go to each and every single tenant, write down a list. What are you guys waiting? Break it down and prioritize where exactly our time should go. Then we can plan exactly, okay, in February 30th, we are going to come and do your bathroom, paint the apartment, put a new boiler in, whatever the case may be.
Love it.
So that's why that Louis there, I'm there, we have two other people. So now I'm even pulling a couple of more other people to come onto the team. So we are trying to delegate
Mhm.
a little bit at a time things that we need to do, because it's a mom and pop's place. They have not done anything online.
Yeah.
Right. So we're looking into some programs. So we want to get all the tenants streamlined, to pay their rent. You can go to Walmart and pay your rent. You have, leaky faucet. You can put a work order in right through online.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it will go directly to one of our team members. Hey, this needs to be addressed.
I'm
So
curious, what
that's
do they think with that? Do you guys think that's the right way to go from your experience, or a management company to take away a lot of the little leaky faucets, things like that in the beginning, and then maybe convert it over to team members to run? What would you guys say on that?
So you guys are at, so 128 units is a
Mhm.
really good sized asset. And there's sort of like a magic-ish number in multifamily that like once you get past the 75 units, you're kind of in that like 75 to 100 units. There's
Right.
typically, and here's where I'm going to say
Yeah.
typically. This isn't always true because a lot of it depends on the revenue of the asset. And you said already this asset right now is lower
Low.
in revenue as it stands. So you're going to want to put some things in place before you're all of a sudden bumping up those rents, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of tenants just not paying or leaving, right? So, but typically there's enough revenue that will come off of, 100 plus unit asset that you can have a maintenance person, you can have property management. It's more efficient to bring those things in because the asset can support it. it sounds like you'll probably in the beginning be in this like gray area of, okay, there's maybe not quite enough cash flow to bring these in. We're in the process of implementing this, boosting it. But so it's really going to depend on how you want to approach it. One of the questions I had that I was curious about is, as part of your due diligence, have you walked all of the units so you have a good assessment of like what the maintenance looks like if boilers are out or what's working, what's not, and like for every unit yet?
We do have a pretty good idea. There's a couple of things that we have to get in because we're trying to get the owner to set everything up so the tenants know that we need to get into their apartments as well because he's been in and out of the hospital. We've been having issues.
Yeah.
So we are planning actually right after the holidays to go in January, right?
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
So, and meet with another bank and talk to them. Then we want to stay there for about a week and a half probably, and do whatever we missed in the first time to just make sure that list is complete.
Yeah, I would highly encourage you guys. I know there's the challenge right now with the seller and their health and being respectful of that and conscious of that. But before closing, it's probably a good idea to make sure that you get into every single unit. It's annoying for them, but it's important to you as the buyer that you know you don't want a surprise, and hopefully the seller has been open and honest with you. But there's always that chance that maybe they don't even know that something's going on, right? So like seeing and walking every single unit so that you know exactly the condition, what upgrades may or may not have done. It sounds like nothing really has been done, but at least working order of things. We know these replacements, documenting as you're walking through, and also doing an audit, confirming rent rolls. So what's the current rent that, confirming that like this is the current rent, this is the tenant who lives here in this unit, and all of that as well, so that when you take over, you know exactly where you stand with everything, when our lease is expiring, all of that. Because especially with a mom and pop shop, it's a little tough because like the paperwork and whatever else, like they may not have the systems in place. So it might be more painful to go through a lot of that stuff, but that's really part of the due diligence and making sure like whatever they have, like their expenses, so you can actually see and you're reviewing the like receipts and whatever things have been paid, so that you have an expectation when you step in that what you've underwritten, you're not all of a sudden hit with a big surprise. Like, yes, we finally closed. We worked through this thing. It's been this long process. You walk in and then you're like, whoa, this was not what we planned, right? So
You froze.
just some food for thought.
Yeah. So the whole thing, yes, absolutely. Yeah, you're 110%. Christy, you're right. Right. Like that's why I did request everything, the bank statements. What do you have? If they paid a check, money order, all of those things. If you have it, I need to see all of those things. I need to go line by line just to make sure that they are done exactly. I don't want to get caught with my pants down.
Yeah.
Just from my experience, wise, you want to at least run that water in the units, all of them and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I checked the water.
Yeah.
Smart to get in there and just double check everything for sure. So
Yeah.
There's no surprises, especially if it's a mom and pop operated place where they're sick. Nothing's been done online. There's probably
Everything's
not great-
paper. You got to see what this
Everything's
guy's
in a
going through. It's
notebook,
crazy.
handwritten with a
Yes.
pencil.
Handwritten.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah.
You got these are great deals to like get into because it's
Can
you
improve.
get stuff like this, but it's going to be a lot of
You have your work cut out for you.
Right.
Yeah, deferred
Yes,
That's
maintenance.
why
absolutely.
management company keeps popping in my head, let's make them do all that while we're jumping on CapEx improvements and seeing if this roof is really that,
Yeah.
when we walk it, we'll know, okay, we know one of them is pretty much ready. Let's see how many more.
Yeah.
And Anna's asking a good question. She's saying for that type of inspection, should Lee do the inspection per unit, or is it recommended to have a GC do it? So I'll let you guys address like what your plan is there. As a general rule of thumb, you would want like a GC, like typically if you're taking over, if you have a property management company you're working with or that you're planning to work with, a GC, like those are people you would want to be walking with you. And to arrange as one, so you're not trying to coordinate, because you'll probably get pushback anyway if you're trying to coordinate like multiple walkthroughs of every single unit. But let's hear your Lee and Louie, like what's your plan there? Louie, you mentioned you have background in construction, so
I could
That's
do
kind of-
GC part, but it's good to have people.
Yeah,
Lee
that's-
knows exactly what he's looking at too. Both of us will pin that right out if there's something wrong just by looking. We know.
That's
We've done it
yeah.
long enough.
It's a great question though. Like being in construction, me and Louie, right? That's where it comes to play. And also now I'm a certified building inspector in New York City, New York State, sorry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the thing is, with our background, we can look at it and say, oh, we have to redo this apartment. We can tell exactly how much it's going to cost to the T, construction wise, material wise, scope of work put together. Okay. And we can ask 3 or 4 contractors, even subcontractors, hey, give us a quote, right? So that's one of the biggest things that I wanted to bring Louis in, because he's in construction, he's doing it, I've done it. And so this way, even a GC, if you're going to subcontract the work, we're going to eventually ask, give us a quote, give us a, estimate. So if he
Their
says
quote,
their quote, not ours.
an investor quote, not a homeowner quote.
So yeah, that's absolutely, that's,
Yeah. That helps. That helps so much that you're a building inspector. I didn't realize you were a building inspector. It helps that you guys have that background, construction and building
Yeah,
inspector.
because I took that course and got certified because I know I'm going to multifamily.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not doing business in New York now, but I can take that knowledge and apply for other places.
Transferable skill, exactly. Love
Mhm.
it.
Absolutely.
Well, we
So-
are. Oh, go ahead.
I just have one more question, because we
Yes.
are at the top of the hour. I just have one more question. So what does it look like going forward? You close, you do you fix the boilers, you do the things, you make everything. Let's talk about what it'll look in like 3 years. Let's give it 3 years. What are you guys projecting once you've ramped everything up, gotten everybody online? What does your projections look like?
So with rent increase, how we're gonna do is first year gonna be $100 up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Gonna bring the rents up to $650. Then going forward to buy end of year 3, we will be somewhere $850 the rent. So we are planning, under the projections and the numbers that we have right now, that property at end of year 3, with the expenses after all of that, with being a 7.5 cap, it's going to evaluate to be $7.1 million asset.
And what's the current, what are you buying it? What's the current value?
3.5.
In 3 years.
Doubling it.
Yeah. And so for anyone on here, because this is a point that's a little bit different with multifamily than with residential real estate or something like that. The way that multifamily is evaluated is like a business. So what Lee just described is really important, because what he's saying is that what they look at is your net operating income. So that's like all the revenue that you get, then you take away all the expenses and what is left. Okay, that's your net operating income. There's then something called a cap rate, which we're not going to get into today, but it's basically a way that to evaluate and compare different types of assets against each other. And so that can fluctuate a little bit, but you have a lot of control over your NOI. So you can force appreciation. Like if you can improve your cash flow by either decreasing expenses or raising revenue, you will you can very quickly build millions of dollars into an asset like this of value because of the way it's evaluated. You're not waiting for the neighbors around you to push value up. You're not waiting for that market to explode. Those are factors that they do end up tying into the cap rate a little bit, but like it's something that you have the ability to go in and execute and force that value increase. So it's kind of crazy to think, and that's not uncommon that you could execute something like that, like Leah's describing, where you take over a multifamily asset, and within 3-5 years, you're potentially doubling it or increasing. Doubling is a lot, but it also is starting at 3.5 million. So anyhow, that's just my quick little interjection in case anyone on here they didn't know that about multifamily.
Love it.
Yeah, and also another thing that I looked at, what is each apartment valued right now? It was coming to about 28,000 a unit. These are 900 square foot units, right? Spread upon 11 buildings.
Yeah.
So 28, then after we do all the improvements at the end of year 3, stabilize it, it's going to be valued at 48. So it's all per apartment.
Mm.
So it was like, I mean, I don't think deals like this come along every day. It's rare, right? And also one of the things that I ran into getting investors to it because, Mississippi market, oh my God, that's a very low income market. And most of the investors, in my personal opinion, they didn't see the value in there that you're bringing in a lot more value added.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thanks for coming here, you guys. Do you guys have any questions real quick for Lee and Louie? Manuel says, oh, it just went away. Lee, did you guys check the AIM as well? Average income median, very curious.
yeah, that's in the beginning. I think I said it was 950.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, I think what they're asking with that, which might be something to look into, is the income of the people in that area. So take a look at like
Yeah.
1 mile radius, a 3 mile, 5 mile radius, that city, it's like look at all the different pockets of like where it is. And then
Average household
there's something
income.
called AMI and it'll
Yeah.
let you know.
That was $65,000.
Okay, awesome.
Wow. Amazing. Well, thank
So
you. Good.
I think our takeaways here, Lee, and if feel free to add, is that you've built amazing relationships. You were given like the proper structure and education to be able to ask the hard questions. And that in turn helped you build the confidence to structure things differently, work with different people, all those things. And anything else?
It's all because you three guys.
You're so sweet, Lee. You did a lot on your own, though. You and Lee and Louie did a lot.
There's a lot of L's going on.
There's a lot of L's, and I love it. There's a
But we're not
lender.
taking any L's, so that's great.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I love this. Guys, this was an amazing session. Thank you so much, Lee and Louie, for coming on and sharing the backstory of what you've been through. These deals are not for the faint of heart, and you need to be asking the right questions and getting the right education. So I appreciate it. We all do.
And Lee and Louie, how can people reach out to you if they have additional questions or they want to bring new deals or something? Where can people find you? Do you want people to find you?
My contact info is in there. I put a link for my Blink card.
Thank you, Lee.
everybody can, I mean, even not a deal if you have any questions or whatnot, even help on the writing, or you want some info, whatever, I'm more than happy to help you guys, anyone.
It's true.
And
He is a giving heart, this guy. He will too. He will walk that walk. I can guarantee that. Yeah.
Yes.
like yeah, and also me and Louis both, we go, you know, we are not looking anything in return. I just want to help, you know, that's it. So it's hard when you're starting this and you're learning, hard to get help. And I've gone through that walk. I lost so much money trying to learn and all of that. But now, if I can help somebody not to make those mistakes, I'll be more than happy to.
Good karma, brother. That's the way it is.
That's how. Yes.
Lee and Louie, drop if you have a blink, drop it again in the chat just so everyone has it again. And I know he's saying he doesn't want anything in return, but please respect, like, this goes for everyone. Go-givers are wonderful, but please respect their time and their energy and all the things. And it's holiday chaos.
Holiday chaos. That's correct.
All the things are happening. If anyone here who would kindly turn their camera on really quick, we're going to snap a big photo for our Zoom that we did and post about it. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's good to see people's faces.
Yes.
Yes, for real. We love this. This is how we bond here.
And I'm dropping in the comments here a link. We're going to do our next masterclass that we're doing. These are always free, to join and to educate. We're going to go into more about like what Opal Equity has done, getting into multifamily using the fund of funds model. So if that's something that's of interest to you, you can register. Our first one, we're doing it in just a couple weeks. So we're going to use that period of time that's a little quiet, a little sleepy over the holidays. If you're available, we would love to have you join us. You can register now. We'll also, we'll be sending out an email to let you know. But yeah.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm very humbled by this opportunity. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
I'm glad you were
so
here.
much.
Thank you for coming up and giving your input. It's great to have both team members up here. So
Thank you all. Appreciate it very
thank
much.
you.
And
you so
smile
much.
real quick.
Happy holidays. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Happy
You guys,
holidays.
Thank
you
you
for being here. All
Yes.
70, 80 of you guys that were here.
Wow.
Thank you
Goodness.
so much. Thank you,
Yes.
Lee. Thank you, Louie. We adore you. We hope to see you guys whenever it is, December 30th
My
on our
goodness.
next one.
Yes, we'll be here December 30th. We have some big things planned and sharing with you. If you learned anything, any takeaways, our love language is sharing. Share it on social media, tag us, tag Lee, reach out, give us feedback, all the things, and
Tag
we
Louie.
will let you go on your happy, merry Friday way.
Thank you guys.
you.
Appreciate
Thank you. Happy
Merry
holidays,
Christmas.
everyone.
Have a
Happy
great holiday,
holidays.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.
See you after the
Thank you.
holidays.
Be safe.
You too. Bye.
Thank
Have
you.
a great holiday.
You as
You
well.
too.
Thank you. Make it fun.